40,000 new jobs created just before Christmas. Let's have a look. Good afternoon, everyone. Florian Heise here, and welcome to another episode of Heise Says. Working through my afternoon stein of coffee, and I thought for my coffee break we would have a look at this article on the ABC. Unemployment rate falls ahead of Christmas as 40,000 new jobs are added, which is fantastic news. Let's just jump over to one of my favorite websites and we'll have a look at the data that was released from the ABS. So the unemployment rate is down now to 5.2%. It was previously at 5.3%, and the consensus and forecast were for it to remain at 5.3%. So this has surprised the market, surprised the punters. And here we have the unemployment change, 39.9 thousand new jobs. Previous month we'd cut 24.8. And the consensus was for 14,000 and the forecast was for 22,000. So it has beaten expectations more than anticipated. Full-time employment is only up, about 10% of that is at 4.2 thousand. Participation rate remains the same, and that's the number of people who are still participating in the economy. Because if you kind of step out, they'll ignore you even though you're part of the unemployment. So there's another way to look at it. Look at the Roy Morgan for unemployment and participation rate too, or underemployment. So the part-time employment change, and that's 35,000, where the forecast was at 7,000. So we have many more people employed in the part-time sector. So this, guys, this is good news. This is definitely good news. And I'll have a shot of coffee. And we will see. Now, I will be watching the retail figures that come out for the Christmas period. Last month wasn't particularly good. There were recent news articles where people were concerned about a drop in retail spending because a lot of people went shopping on Cyber Monday and Black Friday. I know I did. I ordered a washing machine. So you can see what's going to happen. Remember, a lot of this is part-time jobs, guys. How many of them are casual and will disappear next month? But still, it is encouraging. So let's have a look. The Treasurer and Reserve Bank will rest easier over the Christmas holidays after the latest official data showed a fall in both unemployment and underemployment. Fantastic. The ABS data revealed a slight fall in unemployment from 5.3 to 5.2, with almost 40,000 jobs added in November. Although a capital economics analyst, Marcel Wieland, pointed out that made up for a loss of jobs in October. That increase more than reversed the 24,800 drop in October and meant that annual employment growth held steady at 2%, he said. Most of these were part-time jobs, 35,700, although underemployment still fell to 8.3% despite the increase in part-time work. The proportion of people in work or looking for it remained steady, near record highs of 66%. Nearly 13 million Australians are now employed, with more than 8.8 million of those employed full-time. The number of unemployed people who are looking for work fell nearly 17,000 to just over 700,000 people. The unambiguously good numbers caused the Australian dollar to rise to 66.68 cents. Now that's surprising me because last time I looked at it, we were sitting at 67 or 68 US cents. Where are we now? Now we're up to 68. Where are they getting that when they released this article? This is just from an hour ago or this morning. Okay, good. So it's jumped. It's jumped up. It must be a typo. It hasn't been for 66 cents in a while. So it must be a typo. Most economists expect unemployment to rise. However, Mr. Thiedland said he did not expect the good news on jobs to be sustained into 2020. The continued fall in job advertisements suggests that unemployment will climb further. Yes, and we have had a look at that. We have seen job ads are dropping down. We've also seen business confidence and business conditions are dropping down. Sad to say, this good news, I think, may just be a holiday jump, maybe a lot of temporary workers. What's more, households' unemployment expectations are consistent with the unemployment rate rising to 5.5% by mid-2020. Job advertisement website Indeed economist Callum Pickering is equally downbeat about the jobs outlook. The Australian labour market is showing signs of fatigue, with employment growth softening and unemployment drifting up, he said, referring to rises in the unemployment rate to its low of 4.9% earlier this year. The economy has struggled through 2019, growing at its slowest pace since the beginning of the GFC and prompting concerns over the outlook for jobs. Sarah Hunter, BIS Oxford Economics, said Australia's labour market is basically treading water. We've added enough jobs to soak up some of the new entrants into the labour market, but we haven't really made any progress towards full employment, she told the ABC. Youth unemployment up as older Australians work longer. Mr. Pickering said youth unemployment, especially for men, and underemployment, particularly for women, remain key problems. The overall youth unemployment rate rose 0.3 percentage points over the first 11 months of the year, with 11.8% of 15 to 24-year-olds seeking work. There you go. 11.8% youth unemployment. That's double the overall rate. At the same time as younger people are struggling to find work or enough hours to work, many more older Australians are coming back into the workforce, especially women aged 60 to 64. So here's the participation among women and older Australians has surged. So here you go. I mean, look at that. Look at that. You know why they need to. The increased participation of women may also reflect the areas where workers are most in demand. Professional and technical services, education and training, administration services, plus healthcare and social assistance, many of which are dominated by female staff. So we can see here professional and scientific technical services, education, healthcare, and, well, manufacturing, IT, mining, and finance. There you go. Trending down. Construction. Is that right? Or was the construction up there? Still pretty sad. Callum Pickering said he expects many of these trends to persist into 2020. Youth unemployment will remain an issue, wages will again disappoint, and job gains will be concentrated in the service sector, he wrote. The cheap hope is that lower interest rates will soften the blow. Really? Really, will that flow through as anticipated? At the same time, the view is growing that state and federal governments must do more to promote economic activity and improve the job market. Without greater fiscal stimulus, we can expect more of the same. So this is the argument for fiscal stimulus, for government intervention. When the signals with regards, well, when cash is so cheap to get at the moment, incorrect signals are going all over the economy, what do you think will happen? What do you think happens whenever there's any intervention? In the end, it never works out. So guys, what do you think? What do you think this is saying or telling us for next year? Do you think this will be a sustained growth? Or are we just looking at, a change to the, why am I bringing up the cash rate? Hang on. Are we just looking at, more of the same? Will we, lift jobs up now? So unemployment, we've got 39,900 new jobs created. What will we see next month? Will all these people who were hired over the Christmas period and for the potential for retail sales, will they lose their job? Will they get back up in? Or is it a lot of it we're seeing in the health sector? We're seeing in the bedpan economy, that growth there. Finance, manufacturing, mining, even construction, they're all looking pretty sorry at the moment. There's sectors that are growing, health, education. Is that going to help wage growth if they make up a larger portion of the economy? I guess perhaps if we just get more and more civil servants, maybe it will. Maybe it will. But guys, let me know what you think. Where do you think it's heading? Do you think this is good news? Is this encouraging? Or do you think we're just seeing a little jump up before Christmas happens? And I'm hoping the retail figures for Christmas will be good, so the cash rate won't be cut, and we won't be one step closer to QE, and then, well, the complete devaluation of a lot of our purchasing power, because it's going to be the average people that get the least benefit from QE. Anyway, guys, please let me know your opinion. What's your take on this? Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to help us produce more, I have a Patreon where you can make a small monthly donation. We also have Amazon and eBay affiliate links We receive a small commission every time you make a purchase. If you're into crypto trading, we've got an affiliate relationship with Independent Reserve. Every time you make a trade, we receive a share of the trading fees. These are great ways for you to support content creators without having to spend any of your own money. And finally, we have our own merch, Heise Says Pocket Squares, available on our website. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now.